Last time on Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia. He's probably just gonna be possessed though, isn't he?
That voice. Clive?
Oh no, maybe he's okay. Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia. So I do want to talk to you guys about a few things. First of all, I kind of want to talk about my disappointment with that death scene in the last episode. After having a bit of time to think on it and seeing a few comments also, I do agree that it was kind of a really pointless scene. It was the scene that they showed to you in the beginning, so you'll be interested to be like, huh, I wonder what's going on there. Are Alm and Celica going to be on opposite sides and they kill each other? Is it going to be so dark in the room that they're in combat and it's a tragedy and they stab each other? But it was actually just possessed Celica who got possessed through her own ignorant selflessness, I guess I want to say. They end up stabbing each other and she revives instantly. Now, the problem I have with that scene isn't the fact that she comes back to life. If that happened maybe a chapter ago and then she gets revived now, that would be fine. But the fact that she gets stabbed and instantly brought back to life draws out any tension the scene would have. And the scene had no tension after that goofy-looking Scooby-Doo cartoon of Jeddah kind of fading back into the background and be like, no, the light is too much. Like, what do you guys say? It looked like this Zelda CDI scenes, and I super agree. It was a goofy-looking thing. I was so busy laughing at that it was kind of hard to take the rest of the scene seriously. But, I think this is just one of those games where most of the characters around the characters the game focuses on are much more interesting. And it sucks because a lot of my favorite characters in this game, a lot of them are still alive, but quite a few of them ended up dying. Ferdinand never joined your party, he dies. Berkut never joined your party, and he dies. And those are by far the most interesting characters in the game to me. And I don't mind some of the more interesting characters passing away, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like I don't have that many. Anyways, on the bright side, I am really kind of happy because I don't know why. Is Celica actually not in our party at the moment? She is not. Anyways, let's get headed back to the dungeon, shall we? Apparently, we are really close to the end. Whatever that royal vault is, I guess, is really close to the end of the game, so. Also, apparently, I'm gonna have to go back up to where we fought, Berkut. Experience. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Back up to where we fought Berkut. Oh, hey, Gray's actually Captain Speed. Because I guess there is a memory prison up there for Berkut that I didn't see? I don't know how I missed that, huh? One thing I do have to say, I'm gonna go back on my word. The soundtrack for this game is really good. Back on my word isn't probably the right term I want to use, but I went back and I listened to Berkut's theme in the final version from his last fight, and oh my god, that theme is so good. And a lot of the themes in this game are actually really good, but you guys do have to remember, I can't record with a headset on, so I can't hear the music as loudly as most people can when they're normally playing it. Oh, what is this? Offer now the Earth Mother's twin relics. We'll go do that later. There's a lot of stuff we have to do. First of all, I have to go all the way back to where Berkut was. And I can't. May I have this dance? Oh. Is this gonna be sweet? I don't want this to be sweet.
You there. What are you doing?
Oh, this is before they even met. This is Berkut being like, lady. Are you looking particularly hot today?
Lord Berkut, pray forgive me, my lord. I did not mean to give offense.
Not at all. I approached you. It seems a terrible waste that you would come to a ball just to be alone.
What the hell is with these characters? Okay, how do I say this? I mean, I understand times are tough and a lot's going on, but I swear all the characters are, until you meet them, are absolute deranged assholes. Like, seriously, every time you meet someone like Fernand, Berkut, anyone on the enemy side, they just seem absolutely nuts and crazy. I'm not gonna say crazy, but aggressive, like something's wrong. And then you look at their flashbacks and all the time they're just like, oh, I'm the sweetest person in the world. Although I don't believe these two by any means were aggressive by nature.
Perhaps. But mine is a lesser house, and I do not seem to find much favor here. In the end, I tired of all the eyes on me and retreated.
You are mistaken, my lady. You were invited here. You have the right to carry yourself as anyone else.
As you say, my lord.
Do you not like dancing?
My lord? That is to say, I love to dance. In most circumstances. There is a little grove behind my manor. Inside is a flower garden where small birds gather. It is a place dear to me. On days of fine weather, I go there alone and dance until my feet... forgive me. You must find this all so terrifically dull.
On the contrary. Tell me your name.
Wow, Berkut can really be a gentleman if he tries, like...
It's Renea, my lord.
Renea. A lovely name.
Wow, he's really putting the moves down.
Renea, may I have the next dance?
What? You mean with me? Oh, I couldn't possibly. I mean, what would people think?
Then we can dance here, away from prying eyes and wagging tongues. That is, if you do not mind the absence of your garden and birds.
Lord Berkut, you are too sweet.
I pray that is a yes? I am the Emperor's nephew, after all. To refuse me would be most uncouth.
I would love to dance with you, my lord. Shall we?
My lady.
Oh, that's really sweet, actually. Who knew that he could be so normal? It kind of does make me wonder, like, what was the point at which he started kind of only thinking of conquering? Or becoming recognized, I guess I'd say it is. But there, I genuinely feel like he was acting differently. Anyway, let's go through this door that has a weird riddle to it. I wonder when we're gonna meet the rest of Celica's party, though. Feels weird, and I don't think we just abandon them. I think with the final battle, you get to choose who you want, I imagine. Or just all of them. Oh, Celica's right there. How didn't I see her the first time I looked this way? Final portal? Wait, what were those that we just put in there? What was that?
Let's be ready for anything.
Okay. I want to examine. Oh, I thought I was going to give you a chance to look at Celica, so Alm could be like, look how beautiful she is, or something. These flames create strange shadows on the walls. Yes, Alm, flames create shadows. The altar of Duma.
Celica! That's really you, right?
Oh, there they are.
May, everyone, you're safe. You have no idea how happy this makes me. Right back at you, sister.
I saw some person on Twitter, and they're like, I ship Celica. Who was it? I think it was Celica and Claire. They're like, I ship Celica and Claire so hard, and I'm thinking, like, they only meet, like, at the very end of the game. What are you talking about? Then again, I guess I'm also one of those people that have weird crack ships, too.
That chump Jetta's magic sent us off to who knows where. We were surrounded by terrors and junk. I thought we were dead meat. Then we heard this weird voice kind of talking, I guess. So we followed it because, hey, why not? And that's how we ended up here. A voice? It must have been Milla.
No, no, this cannot happen. Fortune seal broken? Foul Milla, Duma is your brother. Would you truly betray your own kin?
You stabbed a sword in her head. What do you mean?
Stand down, Jetta.
Or did she actually do that to herself? It's very hard to tell.
Your schemes end here and now. Prepare to pay for your atrocities.
Rudolph's worthless spawn. You're both disgusting heretics. How dare you wish harm on Duma?
Open your eyes, Jetta. No matter how it pains you, you must see the truth. Duma's gone mad. He brings only suffering to his people now.
I do like the main theme of the game, more than anything, of, like, living without gods, I guess I'd say. And how it's just this, it's not that Milla's good and Duma's bad, it's that just we need to become independent from them. I think that's a really cool theme that the game has, and it does convey very well.
This is the divine dragon's fate.
Silence, girl. You know nothing of what you speak. And if suffering is the god's will, what of it?
Okay, but I know the game's about to end, but your skin's blue and you don't have any eye sockets. Could you please, like, throw a memory prism at me that says, "This is why I'm crazy"? I seem to have gotten an explanation for everyone so far. I'm honestly kind of curious about you, oddly enough.
Without their strength at its foundation, Valentia cannot sustain life.
No, you're wrong. It's time for us all to stand on our own feet. To live as free men and women.
Foolish boy. You truly believe such heresy to be possible?
It is possible. We've come all this way to prove it.
Presumptuous human child. Go on then. Prove me wrong. Show me the strength to stand alone. Show me the true limits of man.
Is this the final battle? Was I this close to the end of the game and I just quit? This can't be the final battle. This is like the sub-final... No, that's fucking Duma. Like, this can't be the final boss. I just mouse over that guy. It's like, fell god. Huh. Perhaps it is. Wait. Who are these people? Oh, these are some of the witches we fought before. Or are they? It's Hestia and Marla. We did fight these people. Wait, are we just fighting all the mini-bosses? Is that what's happening? We're just fighting all the mini-bosses we've ever fought before? Oh my god, that's so cool, actually. I actually think that's really cool. Okay, enough, like, fangirling about this. Not that I've, like, fangirled about this whole game, but... And we get to use everyone. Everyone. Does Celica start out near her people? Yeah, okay. That's how it should be. I know I could strategically change it so that we're closer to where we should be. Or strategically in better positions. But screw that. Like, this is a good setup. I like it. Oh, we should probably do some inventory management. I know that's weird to say, but... Oh, I forgot about you, Noma. I apologize. Okay, enough dilly-dallying. Let's finish this game. I can't wait to get to the end. And that's for various reasons. Not just negative ones, but positive ones too. Oh my god. For, like, the 2 Gaiden fans in the world, this must be, like, euphoria. And they must just be fangirling so hard at this entire game. I'm super happy for those people. I think I've seen Duma's original sprite, and this is definitely an improvement, although it's not very hard to improve that sprite. For those of you who have seen it. His original...
battle between god and mortal sounds exhilarating to me.
You get to hear everyone with their own personal line? That's awesome! Okay, so far, this is one of the better FE bosses I've fought in. Or final bosses. They all just do regular physical damage, don't they? Yeah, but they all have Divide, which is not good. And I don't have that many turn wheels, so I actually have to be pretty careful here.
All we're asking is the ability to live as we think best. Is that really so bad?
No, it's not, Gray. No, it's not.
Merciful Milla, I carry your will within me. I will see Duma freed from his suffering.
This is so awesome. I'm loving this, actually. Oh, I forgot Swamp produces movement.
Come at me, fools!
What does it? Hard to tell. I'm gonna put Gray up here just because I know Gray will kill everything in one hit, so it won't divide.
It's been fun! Well, look at me.
Because the faster these things die, the less I have to worry about them dividing. So that's why I'm just gonna
I
send...
won't say a world ruled by might is unappealing, per se. But a world where I bow to you is out of the question.
Dean, that is very forward for you. Especially seeing as how I don't know, like, anything about you, really.
Is that all you got?
No, it's not. Someone showed me that in the original art, Dean actually had an eye patch. I have to say, the scar and just closing his eye looks a lot better. In my opinion, at least. And this is coming from Eye Patch
Barely a
Aficionado.
warm-up. The strongest blow is the one that lands.
I actually like that quote. Okay. Wait, I still have supports I can do? Oh, shoot.
Ruling the world with might and terror? Talk about your stale cliches. What's the point in living if you're not having fun? I'm not about to find out.
Okay, guess we'll do this then. Sorry if I missed any supports. I really tried not to,
I've been thinking, Saber.
but I didn't think they'd disappear.
That's dangerous. Yeah, but anyway, what do you think of a country made up of mercs like us? Huh? What's that even mean? Just what it sounds like. A country made for folks like us. Free from Zofia and Rigel both. No nobles, no commoners, just a place where anyone can live free.
But then who's going to hire you? If you're all mercenaries and there's no nobles or commoners, who's gonna hire you?
And when somebody asks for our help, we go help them. For a fee, of course.
Why would someone hire you to help them if you're all mercenaries?
You're a real dreamer. You know that, right? Though, I gotta say, the idea ain't half bad. Right? Hey, every dream's gotta start somewhere.
No, that's an awful idea. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what you mean.
Well, hell. I've come this far. Might as well see the damn thing through to the end, lass.
Saber's the kind of, you know what? I'm gonna go through and talk about all these characters during this final mission. Screw it. And every time I mouse over one, I'm gonna talk about them. Saber is one of those characters I really like. He's the same type of character as Marissa, I'd say. The reason I'm saying that is just because they're a very, yeah, sure, why not, mercenary. Like, they don't seem to really care about saving the world that much, but they more care about just living their own life and doing whatever feels right. And that's what I like about them. I'm really actually liking Saber, and his design actually grew on me, although I didn't like it when I first saw it. I actually was not really all that fond of how he looked. I have nothing to say about Est, honestly.
It's our world, and we'll be the ones to shape it. Arcanea and Valentia both.
Est, I actually meant to put you back, and I'm super sorry I didn't finish your support with your sisters, but they all seem kind of samey.
I get the feeling my luck ran out the day I got mixed up in all this. But meh, why not? May as well see things through to the end.
I swear like half of Celica's group is just like, I'm here because why not? They even seem to acknowledge that, which I appreciate. You don't try to like bullshit in a reason like, oh, I found my inner strength because of you, Celica. It's like, nah, I'm here because why not? Why not be a part of saving the world?
Apparently, I can get even stronger.
Kamui can now become a villager. I could have looped Kamui if I waited a little longer.
The greatest of powers is but one mistake away from utter tragedy. We know that all too well, and I refuse to stand aside and watch it happen.
Okay, so, thing you guys probably don't know, Paula probably actually has my favorite female design. Because a lot of people have asked so far, not really a lot, I've seen a few. A lot of people ask, like, who do you think the prettiest girl in Shadows of Valentia is? And I'm gonna say her.
Leave them to me.
Can't say why.
Yours isn't the world I fought to protect. I'm taking every one of you down.
Okay, so Atlas. What do I have to say about Atlas? I find him a really charming character, honestly, because he's such a simplistic person and he has so much trouble interacting with people. And not because he's barbaric, but more because he's nomadic. And doesn't really seem to have... Well, I wouldn't call him nomadic because he had a village at one point. But he doesn't really seem to know how to interact with people from anywhere outside of where he's from.
Get lost!
On top of that, he's now become my favorite archer to use next to Shinon.
I could do this all day.
I mean, he's not a natural archer since he's a villager,
You've improved.
but he's definitely the most fun I've probably ever had with an archer next to Shinon
Let
once
us
again.
proceed.
That's actually wound up pretty good. Like, she's not tanky or anything, but she does her job well.
What you did to Celica, buddy. You're gonna pay hard.
May's such like a go-getter. I love her. I really like her relationship with Bowie, and I like seeing that kind of grow.
I'll never accept a god so horrible.
Okay, so I really like Jenny just because of like her design is so like her design just melts with sugar and sweetness. I'm like, oh my god, this character's so adorable. And her voice actor really reflects it. She's really young, I guess I'll say. I think she's next to Delthea. She's probably one of the youngest characters here. But the way she acts with her naivety seems even younger and more childish than Delthea is, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna invoke a little bit. Why not? I'm a little worried about S, but it looks like our illusion's gonna cover her. Oh my goodness, that's a lot.
Come on, who needs gods when you're as strong as me?
Delthea I do like. I do wish I had gotten to see her full support with Luthier.
This business of relying on gods and so forth all seems quite absurd to me.
We'll talk about Claire in a
The
second.
creepy man will excuse himself now.
She's a character I would have had a problem with, but seeing her kind of childish and in this mood of like, I'm already perfect or whatever, I don't really know what to say about it, honestly. She's a really good unit, though. I'm going to put her here, actually, because she's going to square off with some of the baddies. They can't double her, and she has a shield to protect herself. Who else should go up there? Matilda, I did bring you, right?
I alone will decide who I choose to worship. But I can promise you one thing. It certainly won't be you.
Oh, Matilda's the Titania of this game, honestly. She fills that same exact role of, like, older cavalier woman, I guess. And just, like, she seems to be the older woman in the group. I'm not really sure what to say about her relationship with Clive. It's a little creepy. And it's like they never bring it up. But I'm glad they made it a little different than just like this weird love stuff that's kind of generic. They made it a little unsettling the way that they tie their love almost to battle efficiency.
This world belongs to Alm, to all of us. There's plenty of room for hope in it, but there's no room in it for you.
Okay, so Faye's probably the most complained about character I've ever seen in this game. I know Celica's complained about quite a bit, but probably Faye, because she has a more surface-level issue. Which is, a lot of people find, like, her obsession with Alm is terrible and makes her a bad character. And I'll say, well, it doesn't make her the most interesting. I do also like how she gets over that obsession. And, like, you can kind of see it in her supports, that she starts to be like, okay, I get it, this won't work out, but I'm still gonna have, like, this tiny feeling. And once she gets to that support, I think she becomes a lot better character, because up until then, she has to learn to live with only Alm, like, as her goal. And now, by the end of this, she's gonna have to try to find something else. Which, I see a lot of people compare her to Camilla and be like, well, Camilla did the same thing, and you guys all hated her. It's like, that's not the reason I hate Camilla. I hate Camilla because she was front and center fan service with horrid clothing. There's a design where she wears Ike's clothing and she looks so much better. And she had this weird, creepy sister-brother complex thing that I can't get over. That's like the farthest I've ever seen. Because it's beyond just like, oh yeah, FE4, it's in medieval times, there's incest, whatever.
Strength and power with you.
Because that's part of that time, and that doesn't creep me out, but it's just how she acts and how overprotective she was is what pushes me. Well, I don't see any of that in Faye. She is overprotective and a little creepy, but she seems to be moving on. Cliff?
If you're that desperate for a show of force, I'll be happy to oblige.
Cliff is a character I don't really understand. A lot of his supports include him kind of saying, I don't like doing this because this, or I don't like people because for whatever reason. And he's not really a character I resonate with well or really understand. And I know a lot of people like him, so I'm not really understanding that on that point. Who didn't I talk about? I feel like I skipped someone here. Oh yeah, Claire. Claire, I can't, like, I just like her because of the archetype she is. She's kind of like the rich or royalty girl archetype, kind of like Corinne. And I always love that. I don't know why, but those characters always entertain me endlessly. And she's very sweet, too. I do like the way she is putting in a constant effort to learn how to act in society and not involve any classism, I guess I'd say, into her language. She still has support with Delphia, by the way.
Greetings, Delphia. I was hoping we could speak a little more about Luthier.
Oh, gods, what now?
I was just thinking how you were exactly right about him. Gifted mage or no, he clearly inhabits his own bizarre little reality. I understand now why you might be so horrified to share his blood.
Well, yeah, obviously, duh. Wait, did I say horrified? Because, I mean, he does kind of sort of go out of his way to help others. So while he's no hot stallion like Clive, I don't know if he's all that bad. Lou's just... I don't know. Lou, I guess. I didn't mean to give you the impression that I hate him or anything.
Just as I suspected.
Huh? Hey, wait! Did you just trick me into saying nice stuff about my brother?
I merely wanted to know how you truly feel. And I must say that I'm relieved. Because now I know you love your brother every bit as much as I do mine. We must spend more time together, you and I. We have so much in common.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really big on mind games. But I do like talking to you, so... Oh, alright. I guess we can be friends.
Splendid.
This final chapter might take forever just because I'm talking about the characters so much. Which I could say in the credits, I am now realizing, but I'd probably forget about them. But yeah, she's very motherly, too. Tobin?
Without gods, I have my friends. With them, I can survive anything.
Tobin, I just like him. I like how he's not afraid to say he fights for money and nothing else. Well, I mean, he fights for other things now, obviously, but when it started, he was just fighting for money. What can I say about Gray? Gray's the type of person, once again, I said this before, but I probably wouldn't like him outside the game, like if he was a real person. Oh my god, he just doubled her. I didn't think that could happen. I didn't think... Woo, that could be a...
My turn.
Well, he's dead. Just about. Oh, he's over there summoning more of them. These illusions are dying quickly, which is actually better for us. But they're also just doing nothing. Yeah, maybe I'll stop summoning them. We're gonna have Alm keep advancing, but all of his friends are gonna stay behind. Because Alm, from what I understand, has to fight the final boss. Lucas, I didn't talk about him. I actually really like Lucas. He's a stand-up guy. I think he's trying to be too strong of a person, and that's his personal issue, I guess I'd say. Is that he's trying to take on too much. And he's trying to be everything.
Let us proceed.
From what I understand. There's a lot of characters whose personal strife didn't quite come out in their supports like I thought they would. There's a lot of supports that to me came off as absolutely nothing, but to some of you guys had a lot of meaning behind them. But that's probably just due to personality differences and insight differences. I didn't realize he was an archer. I mean, it's fine, because Gray, but... Uh-oh. I think she's in trouble now. Shit, she's dead. No doubt about it. I knew that was gonna happen, and I was thinking of turn-wheeling to stop it.
Do with it as you will.
Oh man, I only have like 7 turn wheels left. I should be more careful, honestly. And we're gonna turn wheel back. Because those guys are not gonna save her. I did not actually look at what Duma's gonna do. Oh no. Oh no. This gives me a good chance to actually do that. This means I'm gonna do the whole turn over again. Is there even a way for her to get out of this? Unless I surrounded her with tougher units, but I don't think there's really that many people I can shove over there. Damn, let's turn wheel again. Even further back. That just won't work. Hands down, I'm just gonna have to redo the whole turn. Right here, everyone's gonna have to stick together and help out to fight these guys. I can't have anyone behind.
All right.
The thing that sucks, though, is they all unsupport, so I have to remember to redo them just for the
Just
support
say the
points.
word.
Not that they matter all that much, but... Okay, so what can Duma actually do? God, that's a good attribute. Ocular Beam. Fell Dragon Magic. Range 1 to 5. Okay, so that's his main ranged attack magic. Oculus. Fell Dragon Magic that halts enemy movement. Interesting. Conjure, which is just conjuring. Tentacle, which is his 1 to 2 range attack. Divine Hands that rend the earth to bury foes. That's cool. Upheaval, which deals earth magic that deals damage to all opponents. So it's going to hit everyone on the map from 8 to 18. Can some units even survive that? I'm kind of curious now. Is that even... It says its range is any. And hits from 8 to 18 as magic damage. And that's might. So does that mean it's... I guess it only does that much, so I'll just have to be careful. Can't be poisoned. A divine dragon whose lust for power drove him mad. Okay, that's probably just the attribute that's like, you can only kill him with falchion. Or something. Okay, so let's see what they do now. I'm gonna go through this turn again, because it's gonna end up the exact same way the one did before. Okay, this is actually a much better position. Alright, we're actually in a much better spot now that I've kind of grouped them back up and moved them back there. I'm going to be very careful with how I treat my units, though.
Come on.
And by careful, I mean Gray's gonna do most of the things on this side, and I'm gonna have Atlas for support, and aside from that, no one's gonna really do that much, so we have to fight the last few guys. One thing I am really appreciative of is that my capture card worked the whole way through. I was getting worried in the beginning of the LP because the capture cards started acting kind of funny, but ever since then it's been great, and I'm happy that it's at least lasted this long. I don't regret buying it because there are other 3DS games I do kind of want to look into, and I wanted to play this game no matter what I was going to do, and I don't regret any of my LPs I've done thus far. So if we combine everyone, who is the biggest threat here? And we're going to use Excalibur like I always do because increased crit. That works. What else are we gonna do here?
Watch me go.
I'm gonna have her. You know, even though Ragnarok says ultimate magic, it doesn't feel that strong. Like, it does some damage, but not enough to call it ultimate. You know? Please don't dodge this. Never mind.
Have some of this.
Good job, Tobin.
That's how it's done.
See, just stick next to your friends and we'll be
Your
alright.
training has paid off.
Okay, Alm. I'm going to have you double lion this man, which will kill him.
There we go.
I just noticed that about double lion. I can't believe I didn't notice that before, that it puts both your attacks in priority over the enemies.
I've seen enough. I dedicate this victory to you.
We are lucky to have you.
There is very little I would say that this game has over Radiant Dawn. I think in Radiant Dawn, the final bosses are much better thematically, but mechanically I hate them. I hate them so much. Mechanically, on the first playthrough, I will say that they are probably my least favorite Fire Emblem bosses because the game lies to you, practically. Is there anyone I should warp over? I guess I should start warping Alm, shouldn't I? Atlas, how far? Oh, you're one away. You're one away from being able to Hunter's Volley. What? Excuse me? Oh, that's Jeddah. Oh my goodness. This whole time I thought that was just some random guy, and I'm like, why does he do so much damage? Atlas, I don't think you'll survive this if you do this. Jeddah will kill you. That's right, he can also only be killed, I think it's every 4th time you attack him. And he has so much range he can hit Atlas. Oh my god, look at all those. What the hell? Let's one counter regardless of the attacker's distance. Okay, in that case, Atlas, just... Guys, we'll just stay back here for now. We're gonna have to be kind of careful, though. I'm actually going to invoke with Jenny. Because any of these invoked... Actually, no, that's a terrible idea, because it's gonna draw all the enemies towards us. I just thought about that, but... We'll worry about that later. I think I'm just gonna end the turn and watch it play out. This fight is honestly pretty daunting. There's a lot here you have to take into consideration. I don't even know how I'm going to approach Jeddah. Unless I just grouped up all my archers, shot him once, twice, but the problem is he kills anyone who engages him that's not super, super strong. Okay, Gray, you ready? I wanted to get you next to Jeddah. But I guess I'll just have you kill this guy then.
You want some? Damn, it's hard being this good.
Welcome back to Grey Emblem. Not even upset that this is the outcome I'm going to come to. Oh, Alm still. Okay. Alm still counts as the leader. Which makes sense. Let's see what they do to Grey. Oh, there's a second archer. I didn't even see that guy. Well, good thing you went after the illusion, or else I'd be in trouble. This may just be an entire combat of watching Grey fight eyeballs. So, be prepared.
Bye now. Come on.
They can't even hurt him. They're just gonna do 1 damage. So while Grey does this, what else is there to talk about? I hope you guys really aren't upset that I, like, broke the balance and put everything on Grey. I do. It's not like I didn't use the other units, just that, well, Grey's far more efficient to just put up front and have him kill every enemy he sees. Especially during fights like these. Fights like these have mass enemy spam. And as long as you have one character like this, or one Dread Fighter like this that's been looped around, can completely trivialize it. I would like to see, Celica kill Jeddah, though. I feel like she'd have something to say or just feel great about it. Apparently, I remember one of you guys saying that Silk was supposed to get, like, a refresh or something. Perhaps she's just not high enough of a level, but I didn't see her ever get that.
Come on. And we're done.
Marla? Oh no, they're on the move now. Because Grey is not invincible, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It seems like he is, but against magic units he actually can have a bit of trouble. Because magic rates are fixed, even though he has high dodge against them. I mean, I could grab Delthea and then give her the Hexlock shield. She'd be practically invincible.
I can take him.
Well, I think about that, that's not a bad idea at all. Lucas, get over here.
Allow me.
With that much resistance, I mean, Jeddah will still do a shit ton of damage. He does like 40 damage, but at least we'll be able to engage him. Good thing we're right out of his range.
Sorry. You want some? Ugh. Damn, I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna start letting our units cross the river now. Because all the archers are gone. And the only thing that stands in between us and victory is a singular eyeball right now.
All right, I'll handle this.
Saber's also really strong. I am kind of sad I didn't get to loop him too. Just because I also feel like he deserves that. He deserves the same treatment.
Move.
But sadly, because of Celica's foolishness, I didn't get a chance to do that.
Let's go.
That's one thing I did notice, and I think I brought this up before, but high terrain in this game, since there's a very large lack of map design, it's the most useless thing ever.
Stand back.
Being able to fly over terrain in this game is absolutely useless. Because you could usually just teleport a stronger unit over the
Say
terrain.
the word.
So, I don't know. I don't know what the intent was for that, or why flyers even exist, really. In my opinion, the flyers in this game are quite weak. At least when it comes to like a durability test. But that's not quite fair to put them in a durability test, but there have been other games where flyers have been dominant. Or at least semi-dominant. Weird that only that one teleported. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm not even sure if I want to engage Duma this turn. Or not Duma, Jedha. Look at this. Look at this mess. And I don't think these are the type of witches that if I just kill her, they're going to go away. Although I think what I will do is I'll just wait a turn and see what Duma does. Because I have no idea what this attack could end up doing to us. So we're actually just going to sit here and wait. This is fine because this will give Alm's units a chance to catch up. Currently, though, it's just cowered it out. Because I don't know what Duma's going to do. Yeah, I figured it was that one. Is he gonna die? No, he's not. Jedha, stop! You're so annoying. Man, this final map is kinda, I know I said I loved it a second ago, but I mean, as in I don't know how to deal with this. I don't have any AoE heals, like that doesn't exist. The only one that exists is the natural one.
Ready and waiting.
Again, a Hunter Volley's a singular eyeball. Atlas, please. What was that? I'm probably going to restart this level, in all honesty. Because, damn, I can't even... I feel like I did at the end of Radiant Dawn, where the game starts doing things where I'm just like, so how am I intended to do this? You know, on the bright side, so many of us can heal each other. It's great, but... there's not enough people to heal everyone. That's for sure. I guess I should be eating, shouldn't I? No, I don't want to swap it. I just wanted to eat. And now I can't go back to the convoy.
Come on.
Also, could have been like a 2-range physical sword I could have given Gray. I know that would have been overpowered, but we'll solve this problem instantly. I'm so intent on like cheesing this level as much as possible. If I didn't do the Dreadfighter loop, this level would have been 80 times more frustrating, I have to admit. If I did this for realsies, I would have been frustrated.
Come on.
Oh, I thought he was gonna do the AoE again. I'm like, Duma, please, I can't. I can't. Maybe they can actually... yeah, you guys go. Oh my goodness, they're useful. Jenny, why can't yours be of any use? They literally live to die. I don't understand why they also don't kind of scale up. I feel like they should, even just a little. But they don't at all. Jedha didn't even attack Gray. Just kind of took notice of that. Okay, well, I guess I'll just have Gray keep attacking Jedha.
Bow before Duma's eminence. Kneel before his awesome power.
And then I'll keep ranged healing him. Attack was nullified. If he's lucky, he'll dodge. If not... because on the bright side, Jedha can't actually double Gray, which is a godsend for us right now. Wait, I can silence? Oh, I can only silence one enemy, though. Can I silence Jedha? No, he has nullify ailments. He can't be silenced. Wait, it doesn't say that side he can't be silenced. It just says poison and stun.
I'm counting on all of you.
Atlas, I want you to fire at this lady. You need to get rid of her now.
Please. No. You're so
The final level's kind of slow. It has things I like about it, things I don't, actually. Because on one side, I think it's awesome that we get to fight all the undead mini-bosses that we fought along the way, and Duma's just like, oh, resurrect the best of the best. On the downside, I also hate bosses that have ad spam. Like, I just hate that so much. And this is the epitome of it.
I'm ready to roll.
On the bright side, the witches aren't as strong as I anticipated. Okay, Faye, you have to heal Gray. You have to. Makes me actually kind of wish I brought Titania instead of one of the units, because then I could have more ranged heals, but you know what? You get what you bargain for, I guess.
I will take care of this.
On the bright side, though, Delphia can start advancing. If I can get her close enough, she can start dealing with some nuisances. And by nuisances, I mean Jeddah. Okay, Delphia, I'm gonna have you attack him. So is it every fourth attack or every fourth engagement? So I'm curious about. It's every fourth engagement. So that means if I attack him with one more person, is there anyone else who has ridiculously high resistance? Alm can't even get across right now. If I sent him over, Dean would actually be okay with a physic. Dean's attack was nullified. Dean, come on, dodge. You have a chance. Oh, would have been so useful and helpful. Oh well.
You're out of heal.
Okay, I'm ready.
White magic. I could just rescue him instead of even doing that. Dean, come here. Cool, that works too. I forgot what number engagement we were on. Let's see, I attacked him with Gray, and then I attacked him with Delphia, and then I attacked him with him. Alright, Saber. If you dodge, all the better. If you don't, I think you'll be okay. Shit, this was the turn he could do damage. I'm turn wheeling that. I'm turn wheeling that. Oh, we only have 3 turn wheels left.
Sure, why not?
Let's Tiger Stance this son of a bitch.
Okay.
Oh, glory!
Bye, Jeddah. Oh my god, you're annoying.
This cannot be. It mustn't.
It is, Blue Man.
Lord Duma. My Lord Duma.
I don't think he cares.
Somebody's eager.
It does make me wonder, though, were the followers of Duma before all this more sane? Or did they only become blue and creepy when, like, Duma started going nuts? Man, that ultra heal right there.
Just leave it to me.
Alright, Physic. Now, Physic Gray, send him in. And hope for the best. The way the final boss is intended to be fought. Although I don't think anyone has anything against it. Because honestly, we're just fighting a bunch of fodder right now. Although, what I want to do... Oh, it won't even matter. I won't be able to get him close enough to actually do anything. Or will I? Or will I? Is there any boss around here that you could just... kill? I don't know who belongs to which one.
I'll mow him down.
So, you're just gonna start firing your bow, buddy. Oh, you can't even kill him in one... Shoot, that is not what I meant for you to do. But I guess that's okay.
Show some respect.
Oh, because of the swamp, a lot of them can't actually get close enough to Atlas to do any harm. This guy can, but it's fine, actually. Actually, it's not fine. This is not fine. This is not a good... It could go horrendously wrong. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Jenny's in such a bad spot. If one of those teleporting witches decides to... Yeah, I was worried about this. He's not going to survive. Oh! Yes, Atlas.
Get lost.
He doubled and crit. This is why he's the best. He's the best horse archer in all of Fire Emblem. I'm gonna... Duma can move!
Only power holds meaning. Only strength holds sway. Call to me. Thirst for me.
Sir, I was fairly certain your legs were attached to the ground. Sir, that's not a thing you should do to... You're okay? Kamui, you just got hit by a god. Are you sure you're alright? Kamui, you... you alright? You know, for being a god, that laser didn't hurt too bad. Now we watch as Gray does this. Well, all things considered, we kind of cheesed our way out of that turn. But now we do have the issue of Duma, who is apparently on the move. I have a feeling Gray could stay up next to him pretty well. But we're still gonna have to be careful. What? Oh, no. Oh. That may be the end for him. Maybe.
You want some?
The singular witch attacks him, he dies. Which, why wouldn't they? Actually, no, they can't, because I don't think they can teleport
naughty,
again.
Willful children. Why won't you be good and listen to Father?
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot about you, lady. Go, illusions! I'm not gonna do shit, but they're trying. Okay, how we handle this next turn is going to be very important. So first, I need a range indicator on Duma at all times. Shit, that's even worse. Could you maybe warp Alm up to Duma? No, she can't even get close enough. I think we're gonna have to retreat, honestly. I don't think Duma's thing can kill anyone, can it? If it can, we're super screwed, but so far, all the AoE effects in this game don't seem to have killed anyone, so I'm gonna follow that rule. Okay, everyone, let's get out of Duma range. Gonna try to get Alm as close as possible. He's the only one that can kill Duma at the moment. Also need to get Silk closer, because Silk's warp is invaluable. Okay, let's go to end of turn funsies. Duma, do your thing.
Heed my call.
And we're all alive, except for when the witches teleport to one of us and murder us. Thank you, Singular Illusion.
That's no fair, Sonia.
Oh, they're actually talking about Sonia.
Why should you be the only one allowed to live as she chooses?
Oh, it sucks. They're conscious of the fact that Sonia got to live. I don't really know the relationship that well since Sonia died, but I know they know each other. From the comment section, at least. Oh, so worried that one was going to teleport. Please don't, please don't, please don't. Oh, thank you. Thank you, and a Duma Ding Dong Day to you. If we kill Duma, everyone should just die, I imagine. I can't see why they wouldn't. Please tell me you can get over to Duma. No, you need to go to Convoy and switch. Oh.
All right.
I can now see I underestimated him a tad bit. And that we're gonna have to back up a little bit. Okay, so we do still have to kill everyone in the room, but the problem is I can't see how I do that with Duma standing there. Even Gray could get destroyed, I think, in a bad enough situation. But I'm still gonna send in Gray to see what happens. How do I want to settle this?
All right, let's go.
I think it's Duma's ranged attack. Is that magic? The problem is it is magic, so that's an issue in itself. Because Alm can survive a few things, but not that much. I'm going to Physic Gray. It's not really worth all that much, but... If I Tiger Stance, Gray could kill him one hit, easily. But that puts him at risk of having, like, no health. You know what? Tiger Stancing isn't even worth it. Bye, Hestia.
Oh, it seems so obvious now. I should have just lived as I pleased.
Okay. Alright. Here we go. I think this is gonna be my attempt to take him down. If Gray was to Tiger Stance Duma, it says he'll only take that much damage. But hold on. Before I do that, I'm gonna heal Gray again. Because can Alm even... No, he cannot.
I will take care of this.
Shoop. Alm can't even get close enough to hurt Duma this turn. And we're all gonna get hit by Super Duma thing. I'm not sure, can he explode and attack in the same turn? So I'm curious about. Okay, you know what? Maybe we won't attack Duma this turn.
Hate father so.
Father?
Such lost, misguided children.
Weird. She's still calling Duma like dad or whatever.
I'm glad you're on my side.
Lady, your daycare's been shut down. He may not attack and explode in the same turn. Maybe.
Okay, I got this.
Or even better. Come on, we can do the same thing we've been doing this whole time. Distractions. Good thing Duma has ADD and a bad eye. Celica, I'm also gonna work on getting you over there. I'm gonna work on getting all the strong guys over there.
Yeah, I got it.
Tobin! God damn it, Tobin. Apparently, like, damn it, Tobin or something is a meme of some kind, and I've just been saying it this whole time
Gotcha.
without knowing that.
Very amusing. Full marks.
I guess it's kind of like Seesaw Effect in a way.
I'll, do what I can.
Where it was just something that people saw as a really popular joke. But then started being pushed in a different direction. She only has 1 health, so either she dies or she doesn't. Oh, Atlas, I gotta get you out of here, buddy. Let's see what happens. Because either he attacks or he doesn't. And either upheaval can kill people or it can't. Well, no, because Delthea. It cannot. Ally phase continues. Duma can't attack in the same turn he does that. Confirmed. But this puts us in a different situation, which how can I... Is that damage real? That's not a lie, is it? This is what will actually happen. He won't take more damage than it says. Well, I'm gonna have you go up here just in case. Gray can easily survive with that much health. I don't even know why I had you move up. You could probably physic him from where you were standing. Okay, Gray, let's go. I think he can still hurt Duma, he just can't kill him. I was correct. No crits, though. It's kind of disappointing. Celica, your defense is so shitty. It's so bad. Duma will just kill you. Wait, is he gonna use his... He'd use his eye laser. I think if I physic Faye, he won't bother with her. Because the illusions are so bad that he'll probably just go for one of them. And I could go in again with Alm, but... honestly, it doesn't seem worth it. I mean, I could double Lion, but... if I attack, there's a chance he'll try to attack Alm again and just end the game. Actually, good thing Alm can just go into the convoy and... No, we'll equip the Falchion now. And we'll also eat food. Eat a sausage, Alm. Imagine if I actually swapped out the Falchion for the sausage or something, and then Duma, he just kills Duma with a sausage. Duma's like, I bet you can't even guess what my favorite treat is, Alm. Oh, just throws the sausage. He's like, how'd you know it was Oscar Mayer brand hot dogs? Okay. Duma blinks a lot. Maybe he needs, like, some eye drops. I'm just gonna skip the turn, because all that's gonna happen is these illusions are gonna hit Duma. for the entirety of the turn. Okay, Gray, you ready to go in again? It's a two-man job. I actually I like this. It's best friends fighting a god. Like, no one else is really helping. It's just these two. And it feels fitting. Okay, am I just getting unlucky, or can you not crit him? Because I think I crit him earlier as Alm, but... slipping my memory. Okay, Atlas, I need you to get him as low as possible. Shit. That didn't go as planned. Oh well. Alm, you ready?
It's over, Duma.
Oh, I think I just beat it.
Berkut, Fernand, Milla, even my father. They and countless others lost to us, tainted by your precious power. But that chain of tragedies ends here.
My heart is full of thanks for all you've given man, O divine Duma. Without yours and Milla's bounty, Valentia could never have existed. We would never have been born into this world, never tasted joy and sorrow. So please, do not suffer any longer. Let all of our pain end here. Allow your great and weary soul the rest it deserves.
Oh, he dodged it. And?
This is how it's done.
Oh, that's so cool, actually. That's awesome. That is awesome. I love that. I love everything about it. Well, I don't actually see the reason for throwing away the shield, aside from looking cool. We did it! We beat Shadows of Valentia. Kind of.
So be it, Alm. I leave Valentia's future to you, her hero. Take from us what lessons you will, and shape her into a land to remember. Make her strong like Duma, and fill her with Milla's love. Let our grave mistakes be warnings of where not to tread as you lead her forth. Now we shall sleep, and never shall you disturb our slumber.
Wouldn't it be a better idea to actually just kill him? If you just leave him like... Is he actually dead? He was stabbed in the same way Milla was, but Milla just turned to stone. But I guess that falchion now is... or has Milla in it, so it can kill him? Or maybe the theme is that they're together forever now, since she's in the sword? It's unclear what actually happened to him. Or why he might have died instead of turned into something.
So this is where you were.
Huh? Oh, hey, Celica.
You aren't going to be late to your own coronation, are you?
No, of course not. I'm just still wrapping my head around sitting on your father's throne. None of it feels real.
It isn't my father's throne. This isn't Zofia any longer, Alm. It's the one kingdom of Valentia.
I had a feeling they were going to try and unite everything.
And you're going to be its first ruler.
Celica.
Please, don't misunderstand. I don't bear him any grudge. Not now. I just think he was a very sad man. Perhaps if I'd been there with him, I might have helped him change.
Who is him? I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand which one we're talking about. There's a lot of sad men that are now dead.
If I have any regrets, it's that.
I know what you mean.
Are you talking about Alm's father? Or Berkut? Or Fernand?
Neither of us got the chance to stand by our fathers.
Oh, okay. Father.
If we'd been given the opportunity to learn more about each other...
Because usually when people say sad man, it's like demeaning As in, like, the entire, like, everything they do is pathetic.
Maybe things would have turned out differently for us.
Perhaps it was the same for Milla and Duma.
I wonder. They'd been fighting for centuries, right? Seems like a lost cause to me.
That's a terrible thing to say.
Sorry. I didn't mean any disrespect. But they're at peace now, you know? Asleep. Together.
Yes. They'll look down over this new Valentia forever from their mountaintop graves. And the trees. Do you know of them, Alm? They say that where divine dragons sleep, sacred trees take root and grow.
Oh my god, is that trying to link the goddamn horrible tree map from Awakening to this game? Okay, so I have already heard about Endgame and how, or Postgame and how it tries to link itself to Awakening, and honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. Maybe in the future, I'll come back and do the Postgame. Maybe sometimes in the future, I'll feel nostalgic, or not nostalgic, but I will feel in the perfect mood to come back and do it all, because I think eventually I might want to. But right now, I can honestly say, aside from whatever's going to happen in the rest of this episode, I'm done with Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. And, I'm interested to see, but not right now. I think I need time before I'm ready to jump into it again. And, this isn't the end of Fire Emblem on the channel. No way in hell. FE16's automatically here. Like, if FE16's a thing, you can expect an LP. Easily. It might be buried under all the other LPs, but it'll still be there for you guys to watch.
Wow. Must be some trees.
Must be some shit.
In time, yes. They grow for hundreds, even thousands of years.
Okay, that makes me wonder. The tree map in Awakening, does anyone actually like that? And I mean, not aesthetically, I mean from a design standpoint, because aesthetically it's very pretty.
Who can say what Valentia will look like once they've matured? Will man's endeavors continue without the grace and strength of the gods?
They won't continue on their own. We have to make it happen. We'll forge a land where we can do just that. All of us. Together.
That sounds lovely, Alm. And you're right. I know we can do it.
We can. And we will. I think Milla and Duma gave us one last gift. The strength to trust in our own abilities. Anyway, it's time. Let's go, Celica.
Gladly.
Oh, I thought he was trying to pull out his sword and he's like, where'd it go? Oh, that's right, it's in Duma's head. That's what it looked like to me. And it's all over and they all lived happily ever after.
And so the long war drew to a close. After countless sacrifices, at last, a new peace dawned in Valentia. Was it inexorable fate that saw this conflict erupt? No man or woman alive can say. Only one truth is clear. War will come again, when man grows proud and slothful once more, and its flames will devour one and all, raging until the very earth itself lies scorched and bare of life. For whatever madness lay in the hearts of gods, a darkness deeper still beats wild in the hearts of man.
And that's it. We beat Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. Ramwood's battle. Wait, what? Oh, these are like individual turns? Enemy. Oh, that's the enemy strength. That's not how many enemies there were. I'm like, you know, it feels like I killed that many, but I don't think there were that many. So, man, what do I say about this game? I've been waiting to hit the credits so I could give a long talk about this game and what I think about it. I'm going to try to mix my talking with what's going on in the background. So, I really was excited for this game, and I really liked everything I was told about was in it. but I also really like to enjoy the game. I really would have liked to enjoy the game more. I'm going to talk about some of the bad things and then some of the good things, because there's a lot of things I want them to take away from this game. Where to even start? Okay, first of all, I think the number one thing that took away from the game for me was the amount of battles in the game and random battles. And this is coming from a Final Fantasy fan and a general RPG fan who loves random battles. They love grinding and killing all these enemies. But in Fire Emblem, where the combat is just too slow for it, I feel. And yeah, I know there's the charge button, but what can become frustrating is when you push charge and then Alm dies to an unlucky crit and you have to go all the way through the dungeon again. And what I mean by it's not fun to play is because in Final Fantasy or Tales of Berseria or Chrono Trigger or any other RPG you've ever played, which this is trying to be sort of like those, when you go into a random battle, it's 4 people against however many enemies. In Fire Emblem, it's 10 to 15. So every single turn consists of moving units, moving singular units across and across and across and across, and grinding them up. Because of that, it takes so long. JRPGs, I can get through battles maybe a minute, 30 seconds sometimes. They're not that long. But with Fire Emblem, they take so long individually just because of movement, and movement is my least favorite part of Fire Emblem, by the way, just because of all the units. It makes FE4 almost unplayable, and I probably would have never finished that game. Or I haven't finished it yet, but I probably never would have even played it had not the story been so interesting. The amount of random battles also on the map were horrendous. I have never felt so trapped and hunted down, and it did not give me a feeling of being hunted down in the right way. It felt annoying. Every time I'd go to do something, there was someone on the map charging me from wherever, and the worst part is, some of the way the maps were set up, if they happen to charge you on their turn, like, for example, if you're on the map and you stop and you move somewhere, and then they move, but they get the surprise attack on you, you guys saw it that they will often walk up to a unit the first turn and kill them. And the problem with that is no matter how many times you turn wheel, that unit will die. So it's annoying because it puts you in a position where strategically it's not really your fault. But the game's just telling you like, oh, this unit's dead now. Sorry. Before you can even do anything. It's a little ridiculous. I'm gonna stop talking for a second before this. Oh, this is the song I heard. This song's actually really good. I have listened to it before. Because before I was like, oh man, I'm never gonna get to play Shadows of Valentia now. And I listened to a few of the songs, and this was one of them. Sorry, Myson. As one of the kingdom's new chancellor and right-hand man to King Alm, I, good Sir Myson, worked tirelessly toward the kingdom's restoration. Despite his formal standing and title, the king and queen continued to love him like a grandfather. Aw. Of course they would. Titania. Or Tatiana. I keep wanting to call her Titania. Tatiana prayed that Zeke's memory would return hazy, and the two eventually did live something of a happy life. Though they were parted at times, Zeke always returned to Tatiana's side in the end. That means that he actually went to New Emblem. That's what it's talking about. And it means even after New Emblem, he came back to her. That's sweet. Noma, the most irrelevant, boring character ever. Seriously, I don't even know why they bothered to add him. He's not good. And I don't think anyone stared at that character. They're like, man, I hope I get that guy back. But then again, some of you guys told me. After spearheading the unification of Milla and Duma, I'm just going to skim this real quick. He returned to his playful and lighthearted nature all his life and prayer. Zeke. Battles 27, victories 3. The fires of war had illuminated the dark recesses of Zeke's memory, but he loved Tatiana too much to burden her with his torturous past. So he chose to bear it in silence as they lived out their lives together. And they're so sweet. Conrad, the character I really didn't know much about and was kind of obvious. Post-war, Conrad put down his lance and took up a quill, beginning a long career as a civil servant. Following Myson's retirement, he became chancellor, shepherding Valentia's prosperity for years despite an endless chain of suitors. He remained single all his life. Why? Why would he do that? I don't understand why, like, games will, or Fire Emblem does that. Sometimes at the end, I'm glad it tells me what happened to their relationship, but it doesn't tell you why. Like, I believe there's an ending for Mist where it's like, she was alone forever that I got because she wasn't with, Boyd. Clive was appointed the first captain of the One Kingdom's Brotherhood made of knights. His talent and honesty made him popular with commoners and nobles alike, and under his leadership, the knights flourished. He and his lovely wife, Matilda, did something. Silk. The war left Valentia with many wounded, and Silk traveled to the former Rigel to heal all that she could. Her exact path is difficult to retrace, but anecdotes survive across the continent, telling of the countless lives she saved. Oh, I feel like Silk should have married Jesse in the end. I kind of found him cute, in a way. Valbar. Valbar joined the One Kingdom's Brotherhood of Knights at Alm's request, where he worked to train the next generation. Well loved for his open and honest nature, he spent his years happily surrounded by friends and admirers. What was I going to say for Leon? Leon just followed him forever? Okay, what's the order here? Is this an order of battles and victories? I think it is. Having rescued Est as planned, Paula returned home in triumph. Tales of her further exploits line the pages of Arcanea's history books. Faye. Kind of curious what happened with her. Unable to get Alm out of her mind, Faye returned to her old life in Ram Village. Eventually, she met and married a suitor who claimed he did not mind her pining for the king, though her habit of vanishing without notice for days at a time continued to worry her new family. Vanishing just for days, huh? That's ominous. Jenny. Oh, she's so sweet. I want to see what happens with her. After falling in a most unlikely love, Jenny wed a man no one would ever expect. As for whom she married exactly, no one can say. Whenever her friends asked, she replied only with a smile and an enigmatic laugh. Jenny, why? Who's like, I don't want anyone to know. Shortly after the war, Dean vanished without a trace, along with the brave sword. Which brave sword? No record exists of his whereabouts thereafter. So he's like Stefan now? He just went through the desert and disappeared? Luthier. Painfully aware of the inadequacy of his magic, Luthier journeyed across the sea. What he did there is unclear, but stories tell of a steady stream of angry ruffians who later came to Valentia with a bone to pick with an eccentric mage. I feel bad for Luthier. Like, he feels like he's always shoved on the back line, and it sucks. Forsyth joined the One Kingdom's Knights after the war, working hard to bring order back to the land. He took time off some of his more caustic edges, and he served many years alongside Clive as a poised and thoughtful lieutenant. And he was a very useful unit too. He blocked many shots. Jesse, the man I didn't think I'd use but ended up using a lot. After successfully founding a mercenary kingdom in Greece's former land, Jesse then proved successful at ruling it. In times of strife, he worked with Alm to secure peace. Tales of his valor are told even now, in which he's reverentially called the steel amidst the sand. That doesn't feel suiting. Leon. Oh my god, how many are we gonna have to go through? Welcome into the One Kingdom's Brotherhood of Knights. Leon remained at Valbar's side until an injury ended his fighting career. Yeah, that's common for archers, actually. He then took up work as a merchant in the city market, where he lived free, happy, and dauntlessly true to himself to the last. A lot of these character endings are so sad. Successfully reunited with her sisters Est returned home in triumph. Tales of her further exploits line the pages of Arcania's history books. Feels like all the sisters are just shoved off, and they're like, yeah, they left. They're gone. They were there. Having rescued Est as planned, Catrio returned home in triumph. Tales of her further exploits line the pages of Arcania's history books. I think it's just kind of leaving it be for whatever happens. Bowie. After returning to the priory on Novus, Bowie weathered a trying courtship with May until the two were wed. Children came soon and in plentiful number, giving the pair a host of new excuses to argue. Joy takes curious forms at times, but Bowie was a happy man indeed. Oh, that's actually really nice. This is something I do kind of wish Fire Emblem would do more. And I don't say they don't do this already, but like I want to know who's with who, actually, so I don't have to worry about like weird ships and things like that. Well, the One Kingdom offered him a knighthood. Python chose a quieter life as head of a frontier militia that defended villages and towns from brigands. His old friend would visit now and then, often with a bottle the two would use to while the night away. So it's nice to know that him and Forsyth are still friends. What did Kamui even do? Intrigued by Jesse's idea, Kamui helped to found a kingdom of mercenaries. Are you serious? They actually did it? And lived there happily for a time. In the end, however, his wanderlust prevailed. One day, he went for a stroll and simply vanished, never to be seen again. The hell's with half these characters? Why do like 80% of the characters just disappear from the face of the earth? Bathilda cast her armor aside and wed Clive. Really, it's hard to see them wed without nerding out about, like, blood all over themselves. She was rarely seen in public after that, having perhaps chosen to support her husband behind the scenes instead. However, her legendary exploits as a knight are sure to live on forever in Valentian history. Why do all the characters have to disappear? What is with that? May returned to Novus and resumed her work at the Priory with Bowie. The two bickered endlessly before and after their wedding, while managing to raise many children. During the pauses between barbs, both of them often remarked that they couldn't possibly be happier. I swear, either these are super sweet or they're like they were never seen again. Lucas joined the One Kingdom's Brotherhood, who knew, of knights, and after retiring, founded a school where he devoted himself to his students. Education, his calm intellectual mind won him many friends, and he never longed for companionship throughout the rest of his days. This episode's gonna be so long. Along with Jesse, Saber helped build the foundation for a new kingdom of and for mercenaries. He continued working as a sellsword for years to come and aided the One Kingdom on many occasions, always with his stunning bride by his side. I mean, I knew he'd get a pretty lady, but probably wasn't anyone we know. What did Atlas do? After returning to the mountain home where his brothers waited, Atlas resumed life as a lumberjack. Oh, that's right, he was a lumberjack. I forgot about that. Though his work defending the village from bandits continued to win him admiration. While retired from the army, he was always first to aid the queen in times of need. That seems like it. He seems like he would always worry about Celica, like a little sister almost. Apparently the art book gave him like a super sad backstory recently or something. After the war, Delthea decided to lock away her magic and pursue a wild, happy life as an ordinary woman. She found herself the perfect husband at court, but made a point to return to her village often, where she would liven things up with tales of her brother. Oh, her brother absolutely disappeared because he couldn't stand being inadequate and got chased back here by people. With the war over, Cliff bid Alm farewell and vanished, with some speculating that he left for a new continent decades later. A young man claimed to be Cliff's son arrived in Valentia to serve the king. The boy was said to have a tremendous gift for magic. I wonder if that's a character in Fire Emblem 3. Claire. As a knight of the One Kingdom, Claire worked hard on behalf of the continent. In time, Gray's tenacity won her over, and she became his wife, and then a mother. But Claire never stayed grounded. She and her Pegasus continued to race across the sky. Gawkers be damned. Oh, I thought that meant that, like, she never stayed grounded, as in she totally cheated on Gray all the time. That's what I thought that was gonna mean. As one of the most scrupulous knights in One Kingdom's Brotherhood, Tobin spent his life serving his friend King Alm. The king in turn placed a great deal of trust in Tobin, eventually granting him both a title and his own castle. What? He gave Tobin a whole castle? I guess there's a lot of castles when you own the entire nation, now that I think about it. As a brother of the One Kingdom's Brotherhood Knights, Gray worked diligently at restoring the continent. He applied himself equally to winning Claire's heart, and beat Tobin out in the end. I mean, Tobin got a castle, so say what you want, but he has a castle. As he was heard to say, pick the guy with the big heart, not the something something. Don't take it a dirty way, just because I didn't read the rest. In marrying Alm, Celica became the first queen of the One Kingdom of Valentia, and aided her king with wisdom and compassion. Believed by the people to be a reincarnation of Milla, she was universally loved for her work fostering peace within the nascent kingdom. Hopefully not for decision-making. And Alm. 286 battles, that's how many battles... It's not even the amount of battles I did in the game. I must have done over 300 or 400. As the first king of One's Kingdom of Valentia, Alm spent his life restoring the continent to glory. He would be remembered fondly by later generations as Saint King Alm, I who cast off the gods' oppressive yoke and founded a dynasty that would last 1,000 years. Am I going to get a thank you? Is it going to say Finn or thank you for playing? Or is it going to cut to something that's like, ooh, there's still more? The end. Not nearly tearing up like I was at the end of Radiant Dawn, but that's a hard comparison. Can I just sit at the screen for a little bit? Or is it going to move? I think I can just sit here. Okay, now I can talk about the game. To continue about the things I had issues with. Man, this is a pretty scene, though. I think it is that tree. I think it is that tree from Awakening.
Hey guys, this is Ryden here, post-recording this actual video. So, I'm actually going to talk about the game a bit in the future, as opposed to during the video, because during the video I was very, very tired. And I droned on for about like 30 minutes, and just listening to it, I don't think I got my points across very clearly. So now is the time for that. So Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia, if I had to give it like a rating, which I don't really like doing, I'd say it's average for a game. And that's not something I wanted to come out of this LP saying. I really wanted to start this game and come out of it saying like, this is the best Fire Emblem game ever made, or at least one of them, or I wish they'd make more like this, because everything they said that they were going to do to this game, I was excited for, and everything that Gaiden had, I was excited for, and then I actually went and played it. And while I prefer they try new things and mess up, as opposed to stay the same and don't, they did mess up quite a bit, I feel, in the formula here. So let's get the bad stuff out of the way first that I want to talk about. Earlier in the video, I already talked about combat and how I had issues with it. So I'm not really going to go on about that, but all I have to say is getting chased around the map is tedious, especially when you're just trying to buy things. I don't think I've ever played an RPG before where I walk from market stall to market stall and then just getting mugged or something. Because that's honestly what it feels like. It feels like walking from like a cave to the village right next to it. I have to go through like 4 gigantic random battles. So, yeah, I'm not going to go too much more in depth on that. I'm not sure if I brought this up yesterday, but as I said before, also, just in short, I was also disappointed by the branching classes and such. I was informed, and people were so excited for it, and it was really linear, and I didn't really get the excitement, like, oh, everyone can become everything. It's like, no, 5 villagers can become a thing that's non-variable in any way, and can't interact with any other classes, and I don't know. When I heard that there's variable progression or whatnot, I envisioned, like, Final Fantasy Tactics things, where it's like, hey, I get stuff from this class and pull it over to this class and pull it over to this class and make the game fun. And it's like, I don't understand why that's not already here, since it allows me to loop over Dread Fighters 50 times and trivialize what the game is trying to do. So it's kind of a weird one. Story-wise, which I don't think I actually talked about yet in the video, oh boy, I had a lot of problems. So beginning to midway through the story, I had no issues with it. I thought it was going fine. I thought that Alm and Celica's motivations made sense, although Celica started acting a little weird then. I decided to give her some more chances, because, like, you know, they're dumb teenagers. I'm still kind of dumb and ignorant like that in a way, I would say. But as the story progressed, I think one of the biggest problems with it is the rules of the world and explanations of the gods and priorities and thought process just weren't there. I feel like everyone around the centralized plot, like all the villagers, they don't like to talk about actual things. Like, they'll sit there and talk about gossip and rumors, and I feel like a lot of the villager dialogue is wasted because I don't feel like I'm learning in absolutes. I feel like I'm learning from Town Girl over there, like, oh, I heard Rigel did this and this and this and this and this. There were a lot of conversations where I talked to them, and they're like, it is said that the divine Duma and Milla did this and this, but I think I kind of want absolutes as to how Milla and Duma's influence actually works. How do they interact with each other? What is their true relationship? What is the world like without them? These are all questions that I don't feel like are explained thoroughly enough, because they're just like, oh, without them, everyone would be crazy and kill each other, and we'd be unable to grow crops very easily because we don't have their blessings, and I don't know. It just feels unexplained. The entire world feels unexplained, I want to say. And as for characters, the 2 main lords were kind of dull. One I disliked much more than the other, and I'm sorry, I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear this, since I know there's a lot of people that like Celica, but I don't. She's honestly my least favorite Fire Emblem Lord, right next to Corrin, and that's saying something, but being higher than Corrin isn't exactly a tough feat. Well, Alm, I felt, was actually the focus of the story, more or less. It's weird, because there's supposed to be this duality, but the story seems to focus on Alm and how much of a hero he is. And Celica's supposed to be equally a hero. She doesn't act like one. She isn't presented like one. She isn't presented like she's important in any way. And she definitely doesn't live up to that. I think the first thing I started to kind of dislike about her was when we were leaving, and she's talking about, like, how selfless and how helping she is, and how much she just wants to protect everyone, and she keeps hiring these mercenaries and then immediately betraying their trust in what they say. And I get it's kind of funny, like, oh, bring Kamui to the dragon-infested island. But it's literally Celica hiring people and then going, I know you signed up to get me from point A to point B, but we're gonna make like 9 detours just because I say so. I don't know why that bothered me so much, but it's just like, I feel like she didn't have a lot of respect for people around her. And on top of that, once it went to decision making, and my god, her decision making is the worst. God damn, oh my goodness. When I started the series, I saw people saying, like, oh, you're gonna be in for something because Celica is not the smartest. And I was like, oh, you guys are probably just overreacting. It's probably just the FE community being the FE community. Seriously, I can't stop hearing about how bad Erica and Ephraim are constantly. I like them both. I do. But it was no exaggeration. Watching Celica go through these logical lapses was very infuriating. And she's supposed to be written like a very kind and benevolent person who just wants to help people and is kind of taking it the wrong way, I want to say. Like, she's she has a misguided effort to help the people around her, but I feel like she goes way too far off the deep end, and instead of becoming ignorantly kind, it just becomes moronic, and to the point where she's trusting a man with blue skin to give her soul to save the world, even though he has no reason to actually do anything or even hold up in the deal in any way. And the only reason she did this was because the guy told him it was her only choice in the swamp, and she immediately gave up upon hearing that. Like, I don't know, I'm done talking about her, and I'm glad that I won't have to for a while. As for all the other characters, like the side characters, a lot of the characters in our army were really interesting. I really did enjoy their dynamics, and I do appreciate that the game gave us real endings. Well, for the most part. I'm actually kind of, now that I slept on it, I'm kind of pissed off how many endings were just, and they were never seen again. So this way I don't have to write anything. Like, I feel like that's so lazy. It works for some people like Dean or Ike. Ike, it made sense because he had been through so much. It feels like 40 to 60% of the cast of Shadows of Valentia's endings they were never seen again. Why? Half of these people don't even seem like they want to disappear, and yet they do. And I'm also disappointed that people like Berkut and Fernand just died without getting to do anything or even join your party. And it's fine that they died, but those are the most interesting characters in the game, and you killed them both. And then you stuck us with the most boring people possible. And that's annoying to watch, just because I would have honestly preferred them as the lords in... Well, Celica and Alma's villains would probably just been really boring anyway. I could highly doubt they could hold up as responsible villains. Then again, I feel like Jeddah, I really liked his redesign. I really liked a lot of the enemy designs and character designs. God, I want this art style to say the same. But he felt a bit too cartoony. Like, he's literally a hunchback man that's laughing over nothing and fades into the shadows when he sees the light. Like, it's so corny. It's fine, though. It's not the worst I've seen, I'll say, in Fire Emblem. And as for just all your units, I liked them. Supports in this game, I think early on they had a lot of issues, in which a lot of the supports were along the lines of, I'm mad at you. And the C support goes, I'm still mad at you, but I'm not going to tell you why. And then the A support goes, oh, I'm not mad anymore. Here's why. It's just, a lot of the early ones were like that. It was kind of annoying, because it was just back to back to back, same support. But later on, the supports did get better, and I thoroughly enjoyed listening to them. I do feel like they're kind of annoying to do out of base. I think I've been spoiled by Fates and Awakening and all those games, because in those games I could sit, or in Radiant Dawn too, or sorry, not Radiant Dawn, Path of Radiance, where I could just sit in the base and listen to supports and relax there, and I don't have to worry about the battle or anything. Because I think that's the best way to do it. When I want to sit there and listen to dialogue, I want to sit there and listen. Speaking of dialogue and battles, there was a vehement lack of any. I know it's not in every Fire Emblem game, but one of the things I really enjoyed in Tellius was the constant interactions between people in the battles. Like, sometimes you do a fight, and then some of the enemy units start talking to each other, warning about reinforcements, and the reinforcements come in. Or the Black Knight will pop out of a shed and be like, hey, I was just playing bingo in here, don't mind me. Oh, hey, it's Ike. Or just things like that would happen to keep the map more interesting and make it feel alive. And that was just devoid of this game. No one talked until the very end of the map. Also, the map design was just god-awful. I don't know why they didn't bother to redesign maps. I would be happy if they kept a few of the most notable ones from Gaiden and redesigned a lot of them. I don't know why they didn't do that. Yeah, that's about it for story. Now for things I liked, because out of the story and gameplay, there's not a whole lot of things I didn't like. The art style is absolutely beautiful. I would not mind if they kept the same artist for the next game, but changed it up from kind of the Greek aesthetic to something else. But the next game is actually going to be on the Switch, and you guys can bet there's going to be an LP of that game. Might be buried under all the other ones, but it'll still be there. Yeah, but I was just really impressed with how the game looked, to be honest. And the UI design was very interesting. I do find it a little annoying, and this is probably just LPR problem, guy with massive hands playing on tiny 3DS, but it was kind of annoying trying to look at skills by having to tap them on the tiniest screen in the world. Even with the stylus, it was kind of annoying because I'd tap something and then it would untap all of a sudden, and I was having trouble with that, but that could just be the 3DS I was using and my gigantic hands. Who knows, but it was kind of annoying to check those stats. Otherwise, I think the UI design was absolutely great. Everything was presented on one nice screen. I could see everything that was there and everything that I needed to see, as well as it just looked different from the other games. I liked that the skills were on the side and they had names instead of being things that I would forget about, because in all honesty, when I played Awakening and Fates, I forgot about skills constantly, because they're just represented as little blue orbs with a tiny icon in them, and you're supposed to remember that, and there's so many of them in those games. So I'm very appreciative of giving them a name and having them just on this list, because then when I look, I can just instantly see, oh, it's that one, and I don't have to type on it or tap on it to see which skill it actually is, especially when a lot of the icons look exactly the same, just like with shields in different colors. And music and sound. The sound and animation and music was just awesome. This sound specifically, a lot of the hit sounds felt nice. When an enemy kind of blocked you and it had that clink sound, it was always very satisfying when you did it too. But most importantly, the soundtrack was really good. I know earlier I said it wasn't that great and I wasn't really enjoying it, but that's because in the way I have to play a lot of games, I don't really get to hear the soundtrack as well. And when I went back to listen to them just on YouTube, they're absolutely amazing. Berkut's theme, the song in the credits, and the final boss theme are probably my favorites in the game. The issue I have with the main battle themes is that they are tied to the most frustrating moments in the game, so I remember them frustratingly, if that makes sense. Like, the main battle themes remind me of getting stopped everywhere I run around, and I think that's what just makes them great on me so much, is because they're playing during the most frustrating moments of the game to me. All in all, no regrets in playing this. And people are like, did you absolutely hate this game? And while I can't say I loved it, it definitely wasn't the worst thing ever. And it definitely was worth playing, I believe. And I don't regret playing it at all. It's just, I'm not probably going to do the post-game content unless I get the weirdest feeling in the world. It's just like, I really feel like doing this today, which I probably won't. And I'll think about maybe streaming Rise of the Deliverance sometime, because I've been recommended that so much. But for right now, I am absolutely done with this game. Because my worst fear when I don't enjoy something like this is feeling like I made a bad series. You know, it feels like I made an unentertaining thing that's just going to upset people and drive them away, as instead of something that I loved, like Radiant Dawn, and just brought more and more people. Oh, sorry, I didn't read that first one. Renowned Conqueror. We awarded for gaining renown not in just Valentia, but the continent over. Cherisher of Life. Awarded for surviving countless tough battles and learning the value of life. Valentia's Conqueror. Awarded for making it through an extremely difficult situation. Fire Emblem. Awarded for becoming one truly fit to be called ruler. I'm guessing I got that for... Oh, and the title screen changes. That's always super sweet, though. I never get tired of title screen changes. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the series, please leave a like. And if you want to become a member of the Dust Brigade, click subscribe.